record on this computer. So guys, tonight what I wanted to do was I wanted to have this call tonight, Marlene and I, and because we've had so many individuals that have partnered up with us. We had so many new customers. They're enrolling new people. So I want to make sure that we're getting our new people, creating a culture to where we can get our new people indoctrinated and enrolled into the system. One of the things that we started last year, and Earl just did a tremendous job with that. I want to make sure I introduce Earl here tonight as well to you, because he's been one of the top trainers within this organization, really training a Global United Fellowship group that we introduced to this concept last year in Greensboro, North Carolina. So he's done a tremendous amount of training, just really getting people up to speed as in parallel with people using IML Academy. So he's one of our Platinum 1000. Muted out here. Our Platinum 1000 leaders who is on the line here tonight, and so we definitely want to make sure I get him introduced as well. But tonight, what I want to focus on is really kind of going through, setting the stage for what you need to be focused on as a brand new customer here tonight, and how you should be traversing through IML Academy. I also want to talk about some of the mindset behind trading as well, because people who've been around for a while, they'll let you know that trading is 90% mental and 10% technical, right? And so some might say 85% mental, 10% spirit filled, right? And the other is the technical part of it. A lot of praying and fasting that goes on with that as well. So, but no, on a serious note, 90-10 is really what it is. And so tonight I'm going to kind of go through some slides and just really talk about some of the mindset stuff. I'm going to spend some time and really hearing from some of the people who've really been taking advantage of the tools that we have, the educational tools, the apps that we're having as well, and then have an opportunity to address some questions from some of our newest customers and even some of our more seasoned customers as well, just to really make sure that we're getting everybody on the same plate as well. So want to kick it off by saying congratulations to Pastor Victor. Everyone, you can unmute yourself and say congratulations to Pastor Victor, brand new Platinum 600 out there in Brooklyn, New York.
Congratulations.
Fastly moving to Platinum 1000.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Absolutely. So we already know next time we back out in New York, who is paying for lunch. We're definitely gonna make sure that we take him up on that. But congratulations to him. Broke a Platinum 150 out there, and Miss Michelle Lee. I spoke with her, communicated with her today. She's in the office today. She's one of the captains for, believe it or not, she's one of the captains for one of the largest prisons out there in New York as well. So she is one of our newest Platinum 150. So, and then Marlene, I think we got some other Platinum 150s. I know we got Troy. He's out in New Jersey, just hit Platinum 600. Well, he's no, a couple away, just three away from Platinum 600. We got Sophia Guerrera, Pastor Victor's beautiful spouse. She is a brand new Platinum 150 as well, and fastly moving on the Platinum 600. And so we got a lot of great things that are happening. Trish and Dave have actually brought on a lot of brand new customers out there in the New York market. And so a lot of great things are happening. Charlene and George, a lot of expansion. So Marlene, I think this particular month alone, I would say, I don't know if we start tallying up, but we've had about 40 plus new customers come on board?
41 new customers that we know of. And what we have is what we are seeing is a lot of people who were in the business before, who had stopped doing anything, understanding the tools we have now, they are back. So we have at least 41 new customers as of yesterday.
And Marlene, I believe we got a superstar on the line here, all the way from Jamaica on the line here. And that's Miss Latoya out there, a brand new Platinum 150, fastly moving to Platinum 600. Everyone say hello to Latoya out there from Jamaica, everybody. Give her some love, give her some love.
Hello, Latoya.
Hey, Latoya. Pick up Yadi.
Hi, Latoya.
Hi, Latoya.
Hi, Latoya.
Hey. She's probably on me. She's probably in a place where she can't unmute us. So big things are happening in Latoya, guys, and hopefully you guys have had the mindset of global expansion, because if you're seeing what's happening, and how many guys are seeing what's going on in Trinidad with the launch in Guyana? I mean, it's just incredible to see the expansion that's going on around the Caribbean. And right now we're poised to do a major launch in Jamaica coming up towards the end of July. So Latoya, I'm giving you a heads up that big things are on the horizon. You're going to hear more about that in Jamaica. Jamaica is about to explode, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, Elaine, myself, and Marlene have been out, you know, going into that market, Kingston, Montego Bay, just really sowing seeds. And so the word has gotten out, the buzz is out right now, and we're working on having none other than our Chairman 500, Mr. David Monique, to go in that market. And anywhere he goes, you already know what kind of spark that's going to be for that particular market. So start putting your caps on about Guyana, who's out there in those markets. Keep your head on the swivel for people that are from that particular country. We already know Trinidad is rocking and rolling anywhere in the Caribbean, but Jamaica as well. And so welcome to our Trinidadian counterparts. We even got Bermuda in the house tonight. We got Miss Waynette Brangman. She actually won the contest that we had, and finally got her resources to put in her account. So everybody say hello to the team out there in Bermuda who joined us on the call here tonight as well. So we got a star-studded group on the call here tonight. So let me jump right into to what I want to share here tonight. Want to go ahead and share my screen tonight. So let me bring up one slideshow. Let's see if I got it. Give me 1 minute. Pull it up. There we go. Where's my share screen? Here we go. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen right now. So we really want to talk about, you know, our fast start to success. Really getting our new customers up to speed, and, you know, putting them in a position to, within their first 30 days, that the tools, the apps, their education, along with the apps that we have in Web Analyzer, in Swipe Trades, in Pivots, in Levels, in Swipe Coin, in Gold Cup, you know, all these different apps that we have out there, the high frequency Forex, the binary options, all these different apps we got. There's no way people should not be making money here in IML. And so a lot of times our new customers, we got new customers enrolling new customers. So our newest customers don't necessarily know what to do yet to our newest customers. So it's going to be very important that our more mature customers who've been around for a while, that are more seasoned, you want to make sure you spend the time to get to communicate with those customers. Don't assume they know what to do, right? And so we want to make sure that we be our brothers and our sisters keeper as they come on board as well. So we got a lot of new people that are on board, and want to make sure that we conserve the harvest that we have. You know, as we continue this momentum, we want to keep pouring gasoline on the fire. And so my wife, Marlene, I can't take credit for this beautiful slideshow that she put together. I was trying to get her to talk about it, but she decided to have me to talk about it. But she put together this beautiful slideshow. She was brainstorming and thinking about, man, you know, we really need to make sure that we communicate to our new customers. And so, you know, if you got customers that should have been on this line, make sure you text them. Make sure they get on this call here tonight, because we want to get them up to speed and make sure they know what to do as well. So our goal is going to be, with some of the new things that we're going to talk about tonight, is making sure our new customers, and even our customers who've been around for 30 days, make sure they become profitable using the tools, with the trading, using IML TV as well. And so first 30 days to success, making sure we're getting people subscription paid for it. So what do we do? What do we do with our new customers after they get started here and enroll? And, you know, we want to make sure that they're getting in the IML Academy. You know, we've been sending out to our new customers in the various groups. If you notice, I've been doing some purging in that Telegram group, because we really want people to put their money where their mouth is. They have to have some sweat equity. They have to be subscribing to the platform. And so we want to make sure that we're supporting those individuals who have made the decision to invest in themselves. And so we want to make sure we're introducing them to the iMarkets IML TV, also getting them on and getting their demo set up, getting their live account set up right away. I know Pastor Janelby, once he gets a new customer set up, he'd go ahead and get them set up on their demo account and get them set up on their live account as well. I know Michelle Lee, when she got started, he went in and got her set up within her first couple of weeks. She had already doubled her money, set up here with iMarkets Live. So making sure that we're gonna start instituting a withdrawal Friday. So on Fridays we can now look at taking a percentage of our profits and withdrawing it. I know I was talking to Elaine, we were together yesterday, but I know last Friday, was it last week? I know Elaine made her withdraw from her account and via what we call Coinbase, and it hit her account. She made the withdrawal that Friday. That Monday, money's hit her account. So we want to begin to institute withdrawal Fridays because we want to make sure that people can see what's taking place in their accounts, but also being able to withdraw it. So now somebody says, "How are you doing?" They can show a withdrawal. It could be $10, it could be $20, because sometimes if you're not making a withdrawal, it does not seem that it's your money. As long as it's sitting in that broker account, that money is at risk. So we want to make sure we start to take our small profits and institute something called Withdrawal Friday. So you want to make sure we begin to do that, and you set a goal for what it is you want to withdraw on Friday. What percentage of your account you want to begin to start withdrawing. So this is the curriculum that we've been sending out. So we want to make sure, look, guys, make sure all your new customers get access to this curriculum. We posted it in the groups. For those that are new, if you're in our Telegram groups, if you have not gotten on Telegram, you want to make sure you get added on Telegram as well as WhatsApp. But you can always go to the top of the page of WhatsApp or Telegram and click on it, and then you can go and find the shared media where you can actually get access to this curriculum, because there'll be things that we posted in the group before you come on board or before those new customers have come on board. And so we want to make sure they know how to get this as well. And occasionally we may have to repost these things in the group because we have so much communication in the group that they may not ever see this as well. All right. And so we want to make sure that they go through these particular sections of IML Academy, making sure they get through Forex basics, making sure they get through the technical analysis. So we're giving them a timeline of what it's going to take based on their schedule. So they now can kind of gauge how they need to work it into their schedule to get through the academy. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the things I'm going to tell you is that we want to make sure that our new customers are getting through not shortcutting the process, because we're eventually moving them into the Telegram group, but they need to have some foundational understanding of what the world of Forex means, what is some of the jargon as well. And so we want to make sure that they are being a student of the platform here as well. So getting them through these different sections. I know Dion and Jamie and Durban took the whole weekend and went through the entire academy in one weekend. They had what we call a shut-in, right? So they had a shut-in for a weekend and went through the entire academy here as well. And so we want to make sure we're getting this to folks. And then of course, IML TV is covers the practical side. So now that they're getting the foundation, really once they get through the first 8 videos, they now can begin to understand how to execute a trade, how to close a trade. They have to continue to go back and refresh themselves. But even I go back and refresh myself in the academy as well. But we want to make sure they now are getting on IML TV. I think this is for our newest customers, could be one of our most underutilized tools, is getting on IML TV. And so I'm gonna recommend some educators I believe that can really help our newest customers get up to speed. One of the educators I really think you should follow, our new customers should follow, is a gentleman by the name of Abel Melendez. Abel Melendez is so simple. His teaching is so simple. He's really like a product of Christopher Derrick, one of our first educators outside of Chris Terry. So on IML TV, so people get access. They get used to Adeze Duncan Adeze is always a staple there as well. But Abel Melendez, he teaches a lot of good market structure and helping people to really understand how to look at the market, why the market is moving up and down, helping them to understand what that means and structure. So that's one of the individuals. Another person that I recommend on IML TV is Mr. Orrin Wright. Mr. Orrin Wright keeps it simple, keeps it fun, keeps it funny. So people now, when they're watching Orrin Wright, they now can absorb his information because he keeps it very, very practical, but he has fun with it as well. And one of the persons that I really start to really look at on IML TV is Dr. Kathy Kirkland. We're going to talk about her a little bit tonight, but Dr. Kathy Kirkland is really, really helping people get profitable in their first 72 hours with the ECC 11 strategy, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but on IML TV. So those are three, not to overwhelm a new person, but three educators that they can really begin to get up to speed with, and four actually, because Adeze is one of those educators as well, but to get up to speed with. And so you got a lot of live training there for the new customers as well. And if you miss a live session, guess what? It's recorded. And that's a beautiful thing. I was talking with a young lady today. She's a nurse here in South Florida. So her schedule is kind of dynamic. She works a lot of nights. But we were talking about some educators, what you really need to begin to follow on IML TV. And since she was off today and tomorrow, guess what? She was going to get on IML TV to watch the previous recordings as well. So that's going to be important for our new training, for our new customers here as well. I'm pressing everything here. So set up demo and live accounts. Enough said. Helping our new customers is so important so they can really feel like they are a part of the system. We need to make sure we help our new customers get set up now. Our new customers who may not know how to get that done, it's going to be important for our more seasoned, our platinum 150s, our platinum 600s, platinum 600 and above. You should already know how to set up a live demo account, a demo account. So you want to make sure that those new customers, you're taking the time. You got to slow down to speed up. You slow down to speed up. So you want to make sure we slow down, help our newest customers get comfortable, get used to executing a trade, get used to closing a trade. You want to make sure that happens. Set their charts up on their phone, or if they're a laptop person, make sure you get their laptops and everything set up. And so if you don't know necessarily how to do it, identify someone in your support team that can help get that done so we can get our newest customers set up and prepared and ready to begin, trading. Even though they're going through IML Academy and IML TV, they now can begin to execute trades in the demo account based on some of the channels and some of the places that we give out live trades as well, okay? So these are some of the brokers that we have here. Many of us are using these different brokers. I think a large percentage of us are using Hugo's Way because they allow us to trade indices, cryptos, metals, Forex, all these different exotics. It allows us to trade all these different types of currencies and so forth. So a lot of people are using that. So we just kind of identify, kind of what the leverages are for each of those brokers. So the more leverage you got, the more units you have available to trade with, even though you're risking a small amount of money. So that's one of the great things about Hugo's Way and Trader's Way over another broker who has a smaller leverage, okay? So people have asked me, well, what is leverage? Well, the best way to put it is, if you're buying a home, right? And so the house costs you let's use a round number, $500,000. Well, most of the time people don't have $500,000 just to fork out to pay for the home. So they got to leverage it through the bank. So depending on their situation, it may be an 80-20 loan. So you're going to have to come up with 20% if you're looking to eliminate PMI, right? And yet the bank is going to leverage the other 80%. So you're going to leverage $500,000, but you're only going to put down 20% of it and leverage the other 80% with the bank. All right. So that's, a way of looking at leverage here as well. And then we got, completing the first 8 videos. I just talked about that in the first 2 weeks here. And then you'll load your account with a minimum of $250. I'm going to kind of show you an example of, one of the things that Marlene and I and Elaine talked about, just really capitalizing on this EC11 strategy with Dr. Kirkland, having $250 in your account and just trading with that over the next, to close out the year or over a 12-month period, what that could build up to, what that can compound to, just starting with $250. So, but if you can start with more, do that, because if you're looking to trade US 30, you don't want to trade any US 30 currency unless you got at least 1,000, and I would say $1,500 in that account as well. Okay. Now we're going to be making sure we add you to the Forex Telegram group. Really, I'm going to suggest that we don't begin to add people to the Forex Telegram group until they've at least gone through those first 8 videos. We want to make sure we confirm that they've gone through the first 8 videos. That way, now they can kind of understand some of the vernacular, some of the acronyms that we're talking about. They can understand how to, what it means to buy, what it means to sell in the market, as well, what a buy stop, what a sell stop means. So that's going to be very important, because we don't have time in that group to go back and teach what's in IML Academy. That makes sense. So I want to make sure we get our new customers at least to those 8 videos before we begin adding them to that Forex Mastermind Telegram group. And then providing them with a trading plan. I'm going to kind of share that a little bit, what the trading plan looks like, and what we posted in the groups. And for those individuals that have that, you got new customers coming on board, make sure you share the trading plan with them. That way they can begin to understand what does it mean if you catch 10 pips and what lot size you're working with, and based on how much you got in the account and so forth. And using proper risk management. We're going to talk about that a little bit today, a lot today, not a little bit, a lot today, because it's so important that we didn't get a chance to really learn this when we got started. And so we learned it as we go. A lot of that learning was through losing money, becoming somewhat of an incremental funder of the account, if you will, because you blew it, because you're over leveraged. So we're going to talk about risk management here today as well. And then we're going to provide you a tracking worksheet. That's a part of the plan, the trading plan, where you can track the pips that you're catching. You can track the currency that you're trading as well. And really, you're not going to know what currency pair you really like as well until you begin to trade a little bit, and you'll see how they move for you. Everybody currency pairs are different that they like as well. But the great thing about that are the harmonic scanner allows you to trade good setups as well. And then our goal is to assist in making $500 in your first month. Now, who can use a $500 that first 30 days, right? You get a new customer, we get you up and going, and you make $500 in your first 30 days. Can't nobody tell you nothing, right? So we want to make sure we make that happen. I think I'm writing on my slide here as well. All right. So again, withdraw $100 to pay yourself. So I want to make sure we pay ourselves. What's in it for me? I call it radio station WIFM. What's in it for me? So we can withdraw some money, go out and have your good meal, you and the spouse, or you and the kids, and just say, hey, listen, I made $500 this week, but I'm drawing, 20% of that to actually go out and do something for myself. So that's what we're gonna look for Withdrawal Fridays. What every trading plan will look like. Well, we'll post 3 to 5 new trades.
Mike,
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes.
We also want them to withdraw $200 to pay their subscription.
Gotcha.
Because we want them to start paying their subscription out of their profits if they have already went live.
I like that because now the businesses begin to pay for themselves. Everybody's not looking to come in and begin to build that team, but if you come on board and you start to build on the networking side as well, that's part of your funds to be able to withdraw, right? As well, so you can make sure your subscription get taken care of. So thank you so much for pointing that out, Marlene, as well. Now, in the chat, as you know, we post sometime more than 3 to 5 trades, because if we see good setups and we think our team can win with that, but at a minimum, where our goal is to look to post 3 to 5 new trades a day in the chat, so people can now have an opportunity to have swings at the plate and win. And right now, somebody can give me an update on that, but right now, swipe trades has been killing it, right? I know today, Marlene, they had how many trades that you see today just from swipe trades that hit take profit?
Now, today was not quite winning day because Donald Trump messed up the day with his speech on if he don't win. So today, I think they had 3 losing trades. So they didn't put out much more. But for the week, they have had more than 90% win rate.
Excellent. That's powerful. So think about that, guys. If we had 10 swipe trades, right, and most of the swipe trades are depending on the actual trader that sends a trade out, but most of them are like 20. Let's say 25 pips. Let's use 20 as a round number, right? And we're using a lot size of let's say a dollar. I mean a point 0.10 per pip. I mean, you went in $20 on a trade and you funded your account, let's say with $500, right? That's a nice percentage return on your money, right? So if you're winning 90% of those trades, that's huge. That is absolutely huge, and you're not even doing the analysis. All you're doing is copy and paste. So the swipe traders went on a new management team, and they really revamped that. Just know you're going to have some losses. That's why the risk management part of what we're going to talk about is going to be so important. But if you use the right risk management, and I am definitely preaching to the choir, preaching to myself, your stress level, your emotions about trading will go way down because you have the right risk management based on what's in your account. So if you trade 4 days for the week, Monday through Friday, for a total of 200 pips, it's already there. Your lot size is $2.50. Is that $2.50? Yeah, $2.50. Then you got a nice profit there for the week. So we want to make sure that we will withdraw once a month until your account grows to accommodate weekly and bi-weekly withdrawals. Okay. Marlene, you want to talk about this at all?
No, this is our curriculum that we give out. So we're gonna send this to all our new people personally. Our goal is to help you cover the academy in I think 17 days or less. So what we try to do is to have everybody do at least 1 hour a day of study. I truly believe if you do 1 hour a day of study, then it's not overwhelming, especially for somebody who have a job. So we want you to do 1 hour a day. So what we do, we put from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And we also have tests that we send you to test your knowledge of the information. So if you score less than 70, we say redo those 5 videos. So day 1, we have the history of Forex, as you see there. What is Forex? What is traded in the Forex market? And when do I trade Forex? And then we send you a test. Because guys, this is like university. We just don't want you to come in here and take trades. We want you to come in here and become a professional or an expert trader. So this is just us setting up a 1 hour a day plan, because sometimes people feel overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. So that's why we put together the different days and the different lessons that you could go through. Back to you, Mike.
Fantastic, fantastic. So this is absolutely awesome the way Marlene has put this together. That way now, people can really see, how to really maximize their time when they have that window of opportunity to study here as well. All right. So I don't need necessarily go through all of these. You can just kind of see how it's laid out. Very, very meticulous, but it has a nice flow to it. And then as you get a little bit more, want to become a little bit more technical, now you can get into some of the harmonics mastery and mindset sessions as well. And that just really depends on, how fast you want to get there, how far you want to go as well. All right. So congratulations, on the bright future for those new customers. Now you kind of got a roadmap as to how to now move through the academy and, begin to understand what things I need to be setting up over those first 72 hours, over that first week, over that first month, to really get myself prepared to be able to take advantage of the educational platform, to take advantage of the tools, but also begin to set myself up to be a profitable trader here as well. All right. So anybody got any questions? Earl, I know you've been doing a lot of training here. Any comments about, what we've shared here so far?
No, this is phenomenal. I wish I had this a few months ago. Are you kidding? This is absolutely great. I love the structure. It gives plenty of time for everyone to get up to speed. And I like the fact that we're learning at our own pace, but at the same time as a group. I think this is a phenomenal idea, Mike and Marlene. I think this is great. So thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Any questions from anyone about this so far? All right, well, cool. So now I want to get into, let me stop share here. And I want to get into some of the mine. Let's see if I got that slide show up. Give me 1 minute. There we go. Share this one. Give me 1 minute. And all these windows open. So before I get into that, I want to actually share this part of what we're talking about. Let's see if I got it here, because some of people don't know about this particular tool that's available to them. Here we go. It's called the position size calculator. So what you want to do is you want to actually go to, because this helps you determine based on your risk. And I'm going to talk a little bit of this in risk management, but based on your risk, you go to myfxbook.com, right? Go to myfxbook.com. You can actually come here and click on home, go to Forex calculators, right? Click on position size here at the bottom. And that position size calculator, kind of segueing into the risk management aspect of it. But now you can actually, let's say if the account size was $1,000, and we're going to be teaching, risk management. Let's say your risk ratio is 2%. So you're saying, hey, I'm going to risk 2% on any given trade. I'm going to be risking 2% of my account. And so if you get a swipe trade and that swipe trade says, hey, this is a 25 pip profit. 25 pip profit, 25 pip take profit. So you put the 25 pip here, that's my 25 pip stop loss. If you're using a harmonic scanner and you come to the harmonic scanner here and it actually has a stop loss here and you use the measuring tool, you want to get in this trade and that it says 10 pips, right? But if this said 25 pips, now you can come to the position calculator and for that particular currency and say, okay, what should my lot size be? Well, if I'm risking 2% of my account on any trade, $1,000, I'm saying I want to willing to risk $20 because I'm saying my risk is going to be 2% on any trade. And my lot size is going to be 0.08, which is 80 cents per pip for that trade. So now if you're going to twin trade, then if you're going to have two trades in Euro USD, guess what? You're going to have to break that in half. So now your risk per trade is $10 per trade. So now instead of you setting that trade at 0.08, one has got to be 0.04. The other one has to be 0.04 for your total percent risk of 2%. So this position size calculator will help you big time in helping to understand what your risk should be in your account here as well. Now, one of the things I'm going to recommend is if you have $1,000 in your account, let's just say you got a $1,000 account. Well, give yourself a cushion because guess what? The market moves, ebb and flow. Market move, things can happen. Somebody can make a speech. Anything can happen in the market, right? Well, instead of you risking the whole 1,000, even though you have 1,000 in your account, why don't you set risk half? Say, okay, I'm trading like I got $500 in the account versus 1,000. So now if I got $500 in the account, now that trade I'm taking is 40 cents a pip versus 80 cents a pip, right? So at 2% risk, 25 pip stop loss, I'm only willing to risk $10 for that trade. Now, if the market moves and you get in that swipe trade, right? And that swipe trade happens to go in the opposite direction for 20 pips, 30 pips. Well, you're not risking, you're not doing that 2% at $1,000 at $500. So you now got breathing room for the market to move. And now that will keep your emotions down. You got proper risk management. So this will help you identify what that lot size is in the trade as well. Okay. I think I had somebody had a question. Somebody had a question. See in the chat. Also, this is no, it's not to say it's not this to set stop loss only. But one of the keys to trading, one of the questions was this was set stop loss only. One of the keys to trading is now when you go and execute a trade, what most people look at I'm getting ahead of myself and I'm going to cover it again. But what most people look at as amateur traders and as new traders is we look at how much we can make. So somebody sends a trade, is the 25 pip take profit. We're looking at, oh man, I can make XYZ dollars. What you should be looking at is how much am I risking in this trade? What is my risk to reward ratio? I'm going to talk about that. So first thing you want to do is look at that stop loss. And now if you understand what your risk is, 2% of my account, that's going to help you determine what your risk, what your lot size should be, because you're saying this is how much I'm willing to lose in the event that trade goes in the opposite direction. All right. And so that's going to help you now keep your emotions in control here as well. So remember this when I'll come back to it again, but when I begin to talk about some of the things in risk management. Okay. So hope that helps. So let me change slides a little bit. I had it up. Give me 1 minute. Get my slideshow. No. I don't want to leave the meeting. That's what happened when you have so many slides up, Earl.
Been there.
Right. So let's talk about, I really want to talk about risk management, money management, right? It's an important topic. And as a new trader, even as a seasoned trader, we really want to, this can really, what's the word I want to use for it? It can make or break you. Let's put it that way, right? You can either move towards becoming a professional trader or a professional funder of your trading account. And I think many of you can agree to me, because your money management is so key in trading, and it can really help to keep your emotions in check, because a lot of times, and speaking for myself, there's accounts that I've blown, because so you can know what to do, but still do the opposite of what you know to do. And a lot of times it's in your money management piece, because if you had the right money management skills and understood why you're executing that trade, why you were risking that amount of money, then things will begin to now make sense, and now your emotions would be more in check. So let's talk about money management here as well. So let's talk about lot size. I'm not going to assume everybody on this call understand, what lot sizes are, but lot size is your risk. So I believe, I can't remember if that's IML Academy videos 7 or 8, but they talk about risk management. It may be farther on, but just really talking about lot size. So your lot size, a micro lot, is 0.01. So 0.01 is 10 cents. So it's 10 cents per pip that you're trading, price interest point. That's how we measure the currency in the Forex market. So now you're risking 10 cents per pip. Now, if you go in with a mini lot, now you're risking a dollar per pip. So now when you put in that area 0.10, which looks like 10 cents in your risk, but it's really $1 per pip risk that you're risking, okay? So if that thing moves 10 pips, you just made $10. Then you got what we call a standard lot, right? A lot of people want to get to that standard lot where now they're swinging big at the plate, right? Going for the home run. Well, a standard lot at 1.0 is really $10 per pip. Now, if you're trading currencies like US 30, this is a little different on Hugo's way, right? So if you're trading US 30 for us US 30 traders, right, it's a more volatile pair. You were trading the Dow Jones index, right? 0.01 is equal to $1 per pip movement in that currency. If you're trading 0.10, that's $10 per pip move, not a dollar, $10 for that particular currency, US 30. Now, if you're trading a standard lot, now you're risking $100 per pip movement. For all of the Forex currency pairs, it's what you see on the screen, but it's a little different for US 30, okay? A mini lot 0.50. If 0.10 is $1, then you got 0.50. 0.50 is what we call is $5 per pip. Micro lot, 50 cents. And of course, a standard lot 2.0, that's $20 per pip. So kind of talked about what that is as well. So this is your lot size. This is your risk. This is how much money you're risking when you go to set that trade up, okay? Now, the 2% rule, this is a tip. Never risk more than 2% of your capital at any one time. So you heard me talk about that a little bit. Some people have a little bit more risk tolerance, but I'm talking to my new people and some of my seasoned people who've had accounts. They've had some learning exercises in their accounts. Let's put it that way, right? So never risk more than 2% of your capital at any one time. So think about it. It will take 50 consecutive losing trades for you to lose capital. Now, I don't know with all the tools that iMarkets Live have and all the education, all the apps that we have, you have to please let me know if that happens. I don't think that would ever happen to anyone on iMarkets Live, but you'd have to lose 50 consecutive trades for it to lose your capital. Streaks of 8 to 12 trades, losing trades, it can happen though. You know, anything can happen, in the world of Forex, but you can have some streaks where you lose. And that begins to affect your emotions when you start to lose like that, right? You start thinking about what's wrong with me? Why is everybody else winning? Well, there's a lot of different factors that can go with that, but it's possible. So think about it. If you had 20 losing trades at 2%, that's only about 40% loss of your account. But if you have 10 losing trades at 10%, your account will be blown, right? Because now you're at 100% loss versus 40% loss on that same account if you're trading at a lower risk. So our goal is to make sure that you got more swings at the plate to give you an opportunity now to get into a streak where you're now winning more trades as well. And as you're figuring things out. So let's take an example. So you got a 6-loss example here, right? At 2% of $20,000. I know everybody on here got $20,000 in their account. So live account, not demo, live account, right? I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you're looking for that day when you got $20,000 sitting in your account to trade with. Put in the chat. There we go. Got it. There we go, Earl. Earl, you already got 20 in your account, man. So you got a 6-loss example. 2% of 20,000 is $400, right? So you lost. So now you're saying, hey, I'm only really willing to risk $400 on any one trade. So now, after loss number 1, you got $19,600 in that account. So now you're still feeling good. At $20,400 is not a whole lot of money. But now the 4%, the 2% is not of $20,000 now. The next trade is 2% of $19,600, right? So $19,600 at 2%. So now you're willing to risk $392. So the next trade happens after loss number 2, you're at $19,208. Then you have another loss, taking 2% of 208, right? $18,824. Then loss number 4. Then you have loss number 5, and then you got loss number 6. So now you're down what, 17,000? So you've lost a total over 6 trades. You lost 11% of your account. Just 11% over 6 trades. So you look at things like, you know what? I can come back from there, right? $2,200 out of 20,000. That's something I can come back. I can come back and get to break even, because your mindset is that I need to get back to break even on this account. Now, if you actually are risking 10%, whole different ball game, right? Because if you're risking 10% of your account, that's now you're risking what, $2,000, 10 trades, you're done, right? So you can see that. Now, I think one of the key things to helping a new person, and I didn't get this when I first got started, because we didn't start in the academy like we should have. Let's put it that way, right? We were running, we were building, we were builders learning the trade. And so, but it took me a while to really understand the risk to reward ratio in pips, your win ratio required for you to break even. So, as new traders, this is critical to you understanding this in trading. What's the risk reward? Because we're sending out trades in swipe trades. We're sending out trades in swipe coin. You're getting trades in web analyzer. You're getting trade. So you got to understand, what's the proper risk reward in trading. So now you got a risk reward 20 pip stop loss versus a 10 pip 10 pip gain, take profit. So you're risking more money to make less gain in your trading. So you got a 2-to-1 ratio, or 67%. Just to break even, you got to win 67% of your trades. What's that? 7 out of 10? You got to win 7 out of the 10 trades just for you to break even, because you got a 2-to-1 ratio. I'm risking 20 pips to gain 10 pips, right? So, but if we now have a 20 pips stop loss, 20 pip take profit, a lot of trades you see is a 1-to-1 ratio. So for us to break even in that trade, right, we have to win 50% of our trades just to break even. Make sense? So you take 4 trades, you need to win at least 2 of them just to break even, right? But now you got a risk to reward ratio 20. You got 20 pip stop loss, but you got a 40 pip take profit. So now you got a 1-to-2 ratio. So a lot of times you'll see trades put in maybe by Earl or Marlene, or Marlene doesn't really draw up diagrams like that, but Dion, you'll see them use that long position tool or the short position tool, and it'll show the win to loss ratio. And a lot of times they are 1-to-2, or they are 1-to-3 ratio. So they got the risk to reward ratio is higher because they want you to have less risk to break even. So you're talking about a 3 out of 10. So 3 out of 10 swings at the plate, you're making millions, right? You got a 33% win ratio required in order for you to break even. So that's important. So when you see a trade sent, you'll see them put the ratio in the trade, right? And they're letting you know it's a 1-to-2, a 1-to-1 risk ratio. You should not ever see a 2-to-1 ratio. Should never see that. So that's what risk to reward in pips and the win ratio means when you see a trade. Now, small losses and large wins. I don't know about you all because I'm preaching to the choir. How many of us have let that trade that go in a negative, right? It went the wrong way, go into 20 pips, 25, 30, 40, 50 pips, stop loss, drawdown, and then you're waiting for it to come back, and it finally goes in the blue, $5 profit, and you close that baby, right? How many? Am I the only one to do that? Let me see. Type 1 in the chat if that's you, right? Type 1 in the chat if that's been you, right? That's me, right? As soon as that thing getting in profit, I'm closing it, close, right? But I wait 24 hours in the red before I actually close that, waiting on that thing to turn around. Well, we want to begin to take smaller losses, right, and larger wins. But what allows us to do that is using proper money management, guys, to be able to do that. So using our example, let's say your first trade, you gotta win, right? That first trade, you're winning, boy, you're feeling good. You're like, wow, man, I finally won a trade. And then you get that second trade, right? You get trade number 2 comes in, and you win that trade a little bit more. You make a little bit more profitable. Then you see that account going up. You're like, woo, yeah, baby, show me the money. Boy, I'm going to the Bentley dealership, right? And then all of a sudden you win that third trade, a little less profit, but the account is still growing, right? You're feeling good about yourself. And then you take that fourth trade, and boy, you're on an emotional high. Boy, you're doing the running man, right? You're running around the house, you cutting the yard, you gardening, you weeding, you feel real good. But then you get to the point where you say, hold up, man, they told me about this 2% rule. You start back testing your wins, right? You start going back and saying, okay, man, if I'd have won this if I'd have had like a 10% risk, ooh, man, I'd have made a whole lot of money. Withdrawal Fridays would be pretty, right? And so you done went back, you done back test all the money that you won, and then you start smelling yourself, as parents would tell their children, right? As my mom used to tell me. And then you take that trade and you take it at 20%. Bam! You get hit like Mike Tyson just hit you with one of his punches. All right. And so you had your plan until you got hit by Mike Tyson in the ring. 20%, you lost that trade, all your profits gone, right? Because each of those at 2%, you just lost just all that work you did to gain win those 4 trades is wiped out in 1 trade because you went and started back testing and thinking about what you could have won had you had a higher lot size. Then you take that next trade, 20%. Man, I got to get back to break even. I got to make my money back. Am I talking to anybody out there? Put 2 in the chat if I'm talking to anybody out there, right? Put a 2 in the chat, right? Wayne, that put like 5 2s in that thing, right? So you start feeling yourself, and you say, man, I got to get this money back. I had planned on going out this weekend, taking the wife out, having a nice dinner down at Luz, and then bam, you get hit, lost 40% of your account right there. Then the next trade come, and you say, woo, thank you, Lord, right? I win the next trade. Now my emotions are coming out of the tank, right? Because when you lose 2 big trades like that, you're like, man, I don't even want to trade no more. I'm done. I don't see no academy. I don't see nothing, right? So that's the time when you have to just kind of step back and just, when you have those kind of days, just step away from trading for a day, right? If you have the itch to trade, trade in your demo account. But you win that 7th trade, you're feeling real, real good, right? And then you say, okay, all right, we're doing good, right? We're moving forward right now. Then the next trade comes and you, boom, right? All of a sudden now you land prostrate before the Lord. You know, lost 20%. You're in the Word, right? Now you're speaking in tongues, all these different things, right? So now you lost 20% of the account. You're on an emotional roller coaster. And then you take that 9th trade, and boy, you mad, right? You steaming, man, this thing don't work. I don't even see how people be winning. Now you start doubting yourself, start doubting your skills, fasting and praying. You done turn your plate down, you turn everybody's plate down, right? So, but you lose that 9th trade and your emotions begin to play with you because now you think it's really something wrong with you. Guys, we're gonna have losses in trading. That's a 100% guarantee. The only way you don't lose in trading is that you don't hit that button to say buy or sell, right? You stay you're not in the market. And so, but you are going to have that. So, but controlling your emotions, what's really going to help you control your emotions is using proper risk management. Identifying what percentage of your account you're going to use a risk, put at risk. You're not going to put your mortgage, your rent. You're not going to put your car note. You're not going to put the baby's trust fund, right? Your 401k, those things. You're only putting money that you can afford to risk as well. And then that 10th trade, you finally win one. Your confidence you start to feel better about yourself. And now we're back on the road to recovery, right? So, but you know, sometimes for people, it takes that 10, 8, 9, 10 trades for them to really get it and say, you know what, man, if I had used proper risk management, I wouldn't have lost all that. And I'm preaching to the choir, right? Because I know what to do sometimes, but guess what I do? But that spirit of greed jump on you so tough, and you take that swing at the plate, and you get punched in the mouth by Mike Tyson. So let's be mindful of our money management. 2%, 3%, guys. We're in this business, and Elaine and Marlene and I were talking. We're here to be profitable traders, right? Don't get caught up in someone making $800 this day, $1,000 this day. You only make $80 and $100. You want to make more money. If you remain consistent, if you talk to any trader that's made any significant amount of money, they have been consistent over time. The consistency. So the more consistent you become, guess what happens? The more confident you become. The more confident you become, the better your emotions with trading, right? So there's going to be some losses, but because you have the right money management mindset, now you can stay in a trade that's moving. It's not quite moving in your direction. If it goes into a swing trade, you can afford for it to go into a swing trade because you use the right risk management. So dealing with losses, no system is 100% accurate. You got to minimize your losses, and there's no guarantees in trading, none, right? But if you have good money management skills, I can guarantee you that you'll over time, you'll become a consistent, profitable trader. So follow your system or your trading plan that you have in place. We put some things out there. You may have something that works specifically for you, but we're going to show that trading plan, but you want to make sure that you follow that. The best plan, the best trade that you can take is the trade from your trading plan. Let me say that again. The best trade that you can take is the trade from your trading plan. Not Earl's trading plan, not Elaine's trading plan, not Dion's trading plan, from your trading plan. Hope that makes sense. So use stop losses on every trade. You know, some people, we don't use stop losses. I'll tell you, I'll be transparent. For the most part, I don't use stop losses. The only time that I use stop losses is if I'm getting ready to go to sleep and I'm saying this is what I'm willing to lose, I'm not watching the trade, then I'll put a stop loss in. But all new traders, get this, all new traders use a stop loss. You're going to live another day. But if you're using proper risk management, that stop loss, if it hits stop loss, which it will, now you can come back and get the break even and become profitable, right? And cut your losses early. Here's the thing.
Mike, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You made a statement that the best trade you could take is from your trading plan. That does not mean that the only trade you should take is a trade that you call. What I'm seeing is that a lot of new people call me and they say, I blow my account. And when I ask them to show me their MetaTrader 4, they took a trade that they think, if you 2 weeks, you cannot be calling your own trades. You don't have the expertise, you don't have the practice. If you want to practice on your own trading plan style, practice on your demo. Because you might take Gridbit and JPY, you're looking at a 5-minute chart and you buy it in a buy, but there's a sell trend all day long. So guys, when he said the best trade you could take is from your trading plan, that does not mean that the best trade you should take is the trade that you believe you should take or you draw up. New people have no business drawing up trades and putting it in a live account before they are done with the academy and have practiced in a demo trade for an extended period of time. I'm turning back to you.
Boy, you said a mouthful there. And that's just words of wisdom. Our goal, you know, as the leaders of the organization, and, you know, when you start looking at individuals who've had some success in the market like Earl and Elaine and, you know, Jamie and Dion and Trish and Dave, our goal is to provide and protect, right? And so we want to make sure that you as a new trader, that you can understand how to look at the 50,000 foot view and zone in. And sometimes if you're only looking at the 5-minute, 15-minute chart, you can't see what the market is doing as a whole. And so right now we have tools, we have apps where people who have that skill are doing the analysis and they're giving you those trades. Are they going to be 100% accurate? Absolutely not, because the market is going to do what the market does. You can do all the technical analysis you want, but that market is going to move the way it wants to move. Remember, the banks and hedge funds move the market, not us, not our retail traders, the banks and hedge funds. So Marlene, thanks for sharing that. You're absolutely right. And because we want to make sure we protect your account and follow the 2% rule. If you're a little bit more risk, a lot of traders will trade a little bit more, 5 to 7%. But if you're trading anywhere between 1 and 3%, more importantly, the 2% rule, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to allow your account to have some what we call breathing room to move. You want to know one of the secrets of that Elaine, you know, just listen to her and talk. And one of her secrets is that she's one of those traders that allow the market to breathe, right? She allow the market to be able to move up and down, but she use a risk management that allows her to be in a trade and let it do what it's going to do without fretting. And so the trade turns around based on, you know, her analysis and what she see, and now she can become more profitable. You know, like today, we took some of the trades from the web analyzer with the ECC 11 strategy this morning. Those trades came around and became profitable, right? Let me tell you what I did. I over leveraged. I put one extra trade in the account that I shouldn't put in. I said I was only going to do two trades. I put 3 trades. Guess what? It came back and went to take profit, but I wasn't around for it to take profit for me, right? Because I had to close out that trade. so I can protect my margin in the account. So I'm telling you from experience, not theory, that proper risk management, guys, will allow you to live many, many days as a trader, okay? Control your emotions. When you have the right money management, guys, your emotions are in control, right? You're not up and down, trade moves, it vacillates. You've already executed that trade and you're good. Even if it hits stop loss, you're good with that because it now fits into your money management principles. Review your trade plan. I'm going to talk about that, and maintain your confidence. You will lose trades. I'll say that again. You will lose trades, but you're going to win more than you lose when you have the right money management skills, because you're going to give those trades the time to do what they're going to do, but become profitable in your favor. Okay. So fundamentals of trading, training program, IML Academy. That's your training program. IML Academy, IML TV. Talk about money management. We're going to be talking more about psychology of trading on the next session we have, and trading systems. So we're going to be talking about those things later. But today, I really want to talk to you about money management and really getting started as a new trader, and how we help our new customers get up and going, what the focus should be over your first 72 hours to your first 7 days in the business as well. Okay. So any questions about what I've covered so far? Marlene, you got anything else to add to that?
No, that's been great. And let me add one more thing. If your trading plan includes taking swipe trade, don't pick and choose what swipe trade you should take. Now, if a swipe trade come and based on your analysis it don't make sense, don't take it. But what I see people doing is that if 10 swipe trade come a day and I take 10 and I lose 3, I still up 4 trades, right, Michael?
Yes.
What people are doing is they're picking and choosing, and they might pick the 3 trades that lost. And then they say swipe trade don't work. If you take in swipe trade, if that's your strategy, try to take all the trades with the right risk management, of course, because they don't come out all at the same time. So if they have a 70% win ratio, that day you have a 70% ratio. Because people say, well, I took 2 swipe trade today and I lost. Well, that's the 2 that lost today. So be careful that you don't pick and choose, and then the ones that you pick are the losing ones. Okay.
Good point. That's a very good point there. Any questions so far before Earl, Elaine, anything you want to add from there?
Yeah, just a suggestion, Michael.
Yes.
That's why it's so important when you say risk management, because if you know your based on your account, your lot size for the day is 0.10, and you're gonna take 4 trades or 5 trades. Divide that 0.10 by 5. Do 0.02 on each trade. That way you protect your account. Basically, that's what it comes down to. You cannot do 5 trades at 0.10. If your lot size for the day based on your account is 0.10, you cannot do 5 trades at the same time. What you do, if you take a certain amount of trades, once you close out one, then you could probably put another one in, depending on your on the number of pips you're using as your stop loss. So you have to make that calculation to see how much money you're risking on each trade.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's kind of all I have to say.
One more thing, Michael, and I had to learn that the hard way. And Dion used to tell me that. Don't chase the market. Wait on the trades to come to you. By nature, I am not patient. So sometimes when Michael's analyzing a trade, I'm like, I'm tired of that. I just hit buy. And then I buy at the top of the hour and get into 20 pips drawdown. So guys, be patient. Don't chase the market. If there's no opportunity to trade on Sunday evening, don't trade. Most of our trading plans are based on 5 days trading anyway. So we really shouldn't be trading on a Sunday. Sunday, make that a family day. So don't chase the market. Let the trades come to you. And when it comes to you, then the probability that you will be in drawdown is very, very slim. So that's it.
Excellent, excellent. Those are two excellent points there. I'll tell you, because you have that itch to make money. Telling that, you know, that market open, boy, you're looking at that clock at 4:55, you're looking at your phone. I don't know if that's anybody else, right? 4:55 on Sunday, you're looking at that phone, waiting on that thing to move, right? So, Mark, that's how you get. And the spreads are big. The spreads are bigger on Sunday. They tend to tone down about 9 o'clock on Sunday night, but just be mindful of that comment about trading on Sundays as well. Now, one of the things I wanted to share with you all is a site that's put together by one of our illustrious chairman leaders, Mr. Andre Campbell. I'm telling you, this guy is such a servant leader. Many of you, I'm not sure, you've seen us send message out about the Forex summer boot camp or summer camp, but you know, Andre put together an incredible site that could be used by any of us, you know, and you'll see in the site, it says contact the person who shared this site with you. And it's really an informational site that he's put together. And for our new people and for our not so new people who may not know about this site, it has a ton of great information, great tools as well. So it's called cmprofits.com. cmprofits.com, and when you come to this site, you can see it has many different types of presentations. So as you're running across different people, different ethnic backgrounds that you may want to share this with, this particular one has one with our Chairman 50, Julian Kushner, sharing the presentation, how it works. It's a 10-minute video. If you're looking for something in Spanish, it's here as well. You got events where he's highlighting events that we've done. This one is at the SOARS event right here in Fort Lauderdale as well. So someone really wants to see, you know, what's the culture, what's the environment like for iMarkets Live is here in French, as well as in Spanish, as in Portuguese. So you even got Tamara Young, Mr. Young, Lawrence Young, spouse, Chairman 50 here. Individuals who, you know, have seen maybe seen negative stuff online about iMarkets Live. This one video interview done with industry watchdog Troy Dooling is really just an interview with Chris Terry. You know, why is it that they started iMarkets Live? What are some of the challenges they've had? You know, what are some of the things that they've changed in order to now become the iMarkets Live today? So it can be really a good site for those individuals who are a little skeptical. And then at the bottom, you got testimonials. So you got people that are giving real testimonials at the bottom. So when a person comes to this site, they can read these testimonies here as well. So this could really be a great tool for you as you're sharing that, you're out there sharing with individuals about iMarkets Live. And then if you go to products, right here it talks about, hey, what is Forex? So if you're trying to get somebody to understand what is Forex, what is cryptocurrency, all that's right here available for you, right here on the site, industry leading products. So, and then you even have you can use this as a brief presentation. Already has the pricing of the products and everything here for you as well, with 2 and free, become an independent business owner. So it's really a good tool that you can use to really expand your business and to be able to expose people. If you go over to system, now, 72-hour fast start, right? Or broker setup. So you can go right here, tells you about, these are some of their Facebook groups, but you know, tells you how to now actually getting set up, what apps to download as well. Here is, you go to, let's go back to computer trading, right? Computer trading, the 90-day plan is right here. So you can download things on your mobile app, how to trade from your cell phone on the Android, how to actually trade from there. It's already for Android users. So you got an Android user, you don't not quite know, you can send them right here to learn how to trade, how to set up a demo and live account. If you don't know necessarily how to calculate pips, guess what? This young lady did a whole session on that. I forgot her name that fast, but she did a nice session on how to actually calculate pips, right? So you got this is how to trade, how to copy and paste, all great information on how to use swipe trade. So how to set up a broker with Hugo's Way. So you got tons of information right here to really help a new person get up to speed here as well. Phone trading, right? All that is within here as well. So hopefully this could be a great tool for you to really help you get up off the ground here as well. All right. Any events that are going on, they got things that are taking place. Andre keeps this site really up to date. So it's a really good tool. All right. Any questions about that? So I hope this is helpful. This 10-minute video is awesome. Marlene,
And Mike,
yeah.
this is not a replacement for the academy.
Not at all.
Because the videos on the academy, you cannot copy it and send to people. But for somebody who is not in the business, you could send them to this site even before they sign up. So they could have they could test the waters on how to set up their brokerage account. So please note that this is not a replacement. This is an additional tool that can help you with your new people and potential prospects.
Absolutely. Always lead back to IML Academy, the tools that we have here. You know, I've had some individuals and I hope they're able to come on here later, but you know, we've had individuals that have gone out and seek other systems out there, and they're $10, $15, $20,000, and they really go now understand what they have in their hand here at iMarkets Live. I had some people to leave iMarkets Live, and now they're back because they've gone out there and seen, guess what, iMarkets Live is the best educational platform that's out there in the market. And from a price point perspective, you can't beat it. No one comes close to the value versus the dollar you're spending here. The dollars, iMarkets Live really should be charging more for what we're offering, for all the tools and all the things that we're offering, but it's just incredible to see that. And so this site can be definitely a value add for you as well, okay? So one of the things I want to talk about here, let me go back to the home page. It was on here, it was on here, it was on here, was it on here? I saw it early. Really want to talk to you about this strategy here. It's called the ECC 11. I was talking with a new person today, and they were really talking about you know, the tools and being profitable, guys. Last week, was it last week? Well, the person I wanted to have share this, but you know, 2 weeks ago, Marlene and I were in a workshop, and we actually sent that out, and some people were able to get on the workshop, but we had a chance to hear from Dr. Kathy, really talk about, you know, where she came from, you know, starting her investment with $40, just back was in the wall, and just utilizing over time, getting in the academy, getting around other traders, being committed, being disciplined to learning this craft, but over time took that 40,000 to a 7-figure account, multiple 7 figures now. But she's helping people all around the world, and she came up with a strategy called ECC 11. And that ECC 11 really stands for Ecclesiastes 11 and 1, right? Because she is a pastor, her and her husband are in ministry. And she said God just gave her, you know, what the strategy really meant, and so she came up with this strategy with the web analyzer. And let me tell you guys, people are absolutely killing it, right? Using the strategy. Dr. Kathy's on IML TV. She's on IML TV under English, under the web analyzer. She comes on at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? I've had a number of people who come back to iMarkets Live, and they're profiting already with the strategy. They're making a sacrifice. Guys, let me tell you, my pastor apostle is up at 3 a.m. in the morning on this strategy, right? He went out, really found out what he had in his hand, and now his sons and the sons and daughters in ministries around the country, they're plugged into this strategy on the web analyzer with Dr. Kathy, where she's teaching the ECC 11 strategy. So she's here on the web analyzer channel at 3 o'clock in the morning, but she's at 5 o'clock. She's on the Forex Advanced channel. So she'll leave here for about 45 minutes or so and she'll come to the Forex Advanced channel at 5 a.m. and she will actually come on and get on and teach the same strategy and do live trading. So she's giving out live trade signals here as well. Elaine, I know you've been plugging into this as well, and just want to hear from you exactly. You know, we heard this at the same time, but you have been plugging into it already. You know, how beneficial has this been for you? Just really, you know, plugging into this strategy. I won't say new strategy, but this ECC 11 strategy.
Yeah, I must say this is, like I told you, Marlene, already. I mean, I'm waking you up if you're not up. I'm like, get up. We have to listen to Dr. Kathy. It's just one committed person, and she wants to see everybody win. And this strategy is really, really awesome. If you just, because I sit down and I just take the trades, and it's the few steps. She gives you the steps for this strategy. And it's the simple steps. You just follow the steps that she gives you. Look for what you're looking at. Tells you when to get in the trade. You just check if, and it's so simple, because once you put your line in at the call that where the trade is to enter, and you check the 1 minute, the 5 minutes, and the 15 minute, and they're all going in the same direction, you're gonna enter your trade. It is just that simple. It is a phenomenal strategy, guys. And if you just follow this trade, you will see your account grow in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. You wouldn't even imagine. So you just follow the strategy, follow you'll make sure you change your chart, the settings on the chart, because that's in the steps that she gives you as well, which is right below her page. You'll see a PDF file. You pick up that file, make a copy of it. I just copy it and I just hold it right beside me when I'm trading, so I know I'm not gonna forget anything. Change the settings.
And Elaine, can I say something about that? We were on with Dr. Kathy this morning. A slow morning, very slow morning, but she called 2 GER 30 trade that hit 10 pips, hit TP in less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes.
She called US oil that hit TP throughout the day. Great Britain, Canada hit TP. Great Britain, USD hit TP. It's just, she calls 7 trades, of which only 1 has not hit TP yet, guys.
Exactly.
So if you could get up in the morning at 3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And make money before you go to work.
That's it. You don't need, I told Marlene and Michael, I can trade with her and I'm done for the day. I don't have to look at another chart for the day. That's it. I'm done.
Now, ladies, yeah, you all stay with us for a minute. I see a gentleman that joined us, and just one of our newest traders back on board. Him and his spouse, and he's a long time. We've been friends now for 20 plus years. And he's one of the leaders in our ministry, but he's also a business professional here in South Florida, owns his own mortgage company, real estate company, and he's been plugging in, I would say, within the last few days here to Dr. Kathy, and that's Mr. William Gonzalez. William, you out there?
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
Fantastic, fantastic. So we want to hear from you, man. How's this? You've been plugging into Dr. Kathy, and you know, you and your wife have really been taking advantage of it as well. So how has this strategy been for you, man?
Well, you know, for me, I was part of IML when it first came on board, and you know, I was so pleasantly surprised. It's like a brand new company. The educational tools has been like mind-boggling. You know, just the amount of information, everything got reformatted and restructured, and then you add Dr. Kathy to the mix, and boy, that just took me to a whole nother level, because I woke up with her I started with her last week. I took multiple trades every day. I get up at 3 in the morning, and I haven't lost a trade yet. Even this morning, when it was a slow morning, and Marlene was right, it was very slow, but every trade she called, I made profit on every one. I'm just in one right now that, you know, I'm sure it's going to eventually hit, because the technique she's using, it's really from, I mean, I don't know if everybody here's a believer or not, but it's really from God. I mean, no one can be this accurate and this confident, because she's very confident. She's very relaxed. When she gets on there, I will be pulling my hairs, but she's very relaxed. She's very confident. The Bible said, freely you give, freely you receive, freely you give. And she's received some wisdom to how to do this, and she wants us to have it. And for me, I own my own mortgage company. I've owned my own mortgage company for many, many years. I've been a mortgage broker for 28 years. My wife has her own real estate brokerage, and we really are believing God that with all these tools of IML, as well as good leadership and good support. That's another thing too that I have to say, Mike and Marlene have been very supportive and helpful. Even when we came back on board, they were really making sure that we all got, everything we needed. And that's important because, it's one thing for you to be a lone ranger, but it's one thing when you have a village of people that are trying to pull together and try to help you win. Because we're not competing against each other. We're competing against the market. So, we're all rooting for each other. You know what I mean? So I encourage everyone, you trust me, you will make your money back. No doubt about it. You'll probably make a lot more. You will make a lot more than what you put into once you start getting the skill set. This is a life-changing tool, guys. It's been something that once I got exposed to it, I felt it in my spirit that God wanted me to learn this because there's just too much money being traded on a daily basis that, we've never been privy to. It's a whole different mindset for us as people of color, minority, whether you're Hispanic, Black, whatever. It's not a race thing, but it's about what you're exposed to. And this is something I've never seen my whole life until, I was introduced to it through IML. So I strongly encourage you guys, don't look at look at it as education. Like I'm investing in something that's has the potential of changing my life. I was sharing with our church yesterday that I had put $10,000 away in the bank for 6 months. It was a CD, and the bank, SunTrust Bank, had they were so proud of this letter they wrote me. They said, "Congratulations, Mr. Gonzalez, you have made $44 on the $10,000 that we've been holding of your money." And I'm like, well, they shouldn't even have wrote me. It actually pissed me off. They will write me to tell me they had my money for 6 months, and the most they can give me is $44. I traded this morning and made 86 in a matter of less than half an hour. You know what I mean? So, and I'm only working with about $500-$600 in my account, and I already made almost $100. So to me, guys, it's a lot of information. There's risk management like anything in life, but don't be one of those people on the sideline saying I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and just try it. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. It's a tool that will give you a skill set that you will eat for the rest of your life.
Woo. Woo. Well, man, thank you so much, bro. I'm excited, man. I'm ready to trade right now. I'm excited. Man, I appreciate you so much for jumping on. I know you got a number of family members that's in town.
No problem.
And you're able.
Pleasure. God bless you guys, and enjoy your evening. I got about 12 grandkids out there. So let me get back out there calling for Papa. Love you guys.
Love you, man. Take care. God bless.
All right.
Well, guys, I'm telling you, how many people by show up in the chat, type a 333 if you never used the web analyzer with the ECC11 strategy. If you've never used it, type a 3 in the chat for me. That's a 3. See how many people haven't used that yet. Guys, you're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. That strategy is awesome, man. It's an awesome strategy. And think about it. She's teaching at the same time she's giving you trades, right? So she's analyzing the market. She's telling you what she's looking at, why she's looking at that. People are in the chat asking questions at the same time. And she's saying, hey, we're getting ready. We're going to get in GJ. We're going to get in GJ. We're going to get in GBP USD. 10 pips. Just hold on. All right. XQG GBP JPY 10 pips. 10 pips. Right. GBP USD for 10 pips. Guys, that GER 30 trade she called this morning, it probably, as soon as I hit buy, it was in profit and closed out probably like 2 minutes later. That's just how fast it moves. So do yourself a favor, either get to bed a little earlier or just, go a little less sleep, but get up in the morning, 3 o'clock. That is Eastern time. It's 2 o'clock Central time. So, yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2 o'clock Central time. I'm not sure what it is Bermudian time. I can't remember, Selena, but it'll be worth it. And she'll be playing her music. She'll be chatting. She'll be teaching at the same time. But she's impacting people's lives all over the world. And so this is a strategy that I'm going to work to learn. It's not difficult, but it's very profitable. And so we want to make sure that people in this organization know what's available to them. Now they know how they can become profitable. And while you're developing your skills and getting to the point where you can be self-sufficient and call your own trades, let's take advantage of these tools. Let's build our accounts. And if you can make your money before 5 a.m., before 6 a.m. and be done trading for the day, that's gonna free you up significantly because you've already met your goal before you head in the office for the day. And that's what so many people are doing. They're making their day's salary before they actually go to work, and they are absolutely on fire. Okay, so let's jump on. Who's going to be able to jump on with me? Who's going to put a 7 in the chat if you're going to be able to jump on the session with me, because we got this thing on lockdown. We up. I got my alarm set at 2:50.
Me.
Yeah. On that session, get on that session. Just a little sleep. You can be up from 3 to 4. Get back into bed by 4:15 if you want to. Sleep and then go do your day. So a lot of times I'm up and I'm sleeping. I'm so grateful that Elaine called Marlene and I and woke us up one morning and said, "Y'all, this was before we got on. You guys not on Dr. Kathy's strategy on the ECC 11?" And we were like, "No." We got up and got on it. Boom, was profitable. She called out a trade. As soon as we logged in and made money, I was like, "Oh my God!" All right, so Selena was on this morning. Selena, you were on this morning. You on the 3 o'clock or the 5 o'clock session? You can unmute yourself. 3 a.m. You're on 3 a.m. Okay. All right. You catch some pips this morning?
3 o'clock this morning, but it's 4 o'clock for me the time.
4 o'clock. Okay. You catch some pips this morning?
Nope. I was so tired that I was listening.
All right. Yeah.
It was the first time I was on, but I did hear her calling the trades, and I was told about it over the weekend. Told about her and her strategy over the weekend. So okay. I joined this morning to kind of get a feel for it. But I'm going to be up again tomorrow morning. Trading.
Excellent. Spread the word. Spread the word. Dr. Kathy is rocking and rolling as well. And then, guys, at 9:30. At 9:30, there's something called the Breakfast Club, breakfastclub.tv, breakfastclub.tv. One of their top traders, a lot of time, is the new chairman, 25, Randy Webb, or even Dr. Kathy. Sometimes they're on at 9:30, not on IML TV, but on breakfastclub.tv. They're doing for an hour. They're going through the ECC 11 strategy, calling out trades, doing trade analysis and calling out trades at 9:30. So if for some reason you missed that, Dr. Kathy is for sure. She's 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, and we're not quite exactly sure what particular person will be doing the 9:30 session, but definitely jump on that 3 session.
Michael, they
Yes.
do call trades at the night on the Breakfast Club. They have like a strategy session at 9, and then they call trades at 9:30. But
Yeah,
to
9:30.
to be able to get on to the Breakfast Club, you have to have the web analyzer.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That is right. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Elaine. Fantastic. So, go back over here real quick. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Marlene. Unless you had something else you wanted to touch on, those key things. Anybody been really leveraging the simple harmonic scanner strategy that we talked about?
Yes, that's really working also, guys.
Yes. I got I got a young lady on here, and I'm hoping that she's in a position to chime in because she's been rocking that strategy. You've seen her post in the group. You've seen her post in the group, and she's really honed in on that strategy. It's been very profitable for her, and many of you know her, Platinum 600 out of Tampa, Florida. India, I know you're on with us. Hopefully, you're able to free yourself up. Not sure if you're getting the kids situated, but are you out there with us, India?
Yes, I managed to get rid of them for a moment.
Okay. I figured the little one was in your lap somewhere, right?
So, hello everybody. Yes, I got situated here. I've been loving this strategy. It's very simple. And what I love, I would say most about this is if it's not going to go in that direction, at least you're not in jeopardy of where you're going to lose. And if it activates, even if it's within 10, 15 pips, a win is a win, blue is blue. Everybody's happy with that. So that has been really beneficial. I love during the London payout sessions where you can just get it done pretty quickly, take your time. And just like how you said with Dr. Kathy, a lot of people can make their money before even the day really starts. So that's what I've been taking advantage of lately.
Fantastic. So for those, and stay with me for a brief moment, India. So for those that are brand new, who's not familiar, this is our harmonic scanner. So this comes as a part of the starter pack. So start whether it's a platinum or the elite, and you log into IML harmonic scanner, and what it does over to the left, it has different brokers that we can actually get scans from. So the key to the harmonic scanner is that it's going to give you high probability trade setups in the market. So it kind of shows you some transition that's taking place in the market. So if the market had been moving in a buy direction, a transition is about to take place in the sell direction, and it picks up a harmonic pattern and it will give you a scan. And so one of the things that India is talking about is that we had a young lady to come on, Marlene and I happened to run into in Houston, Texas, and she just taught us a very simple strategy using a harmonic scanner, but using one of the tools on the platform called Fibonacci. And so when you a scan actually came up, but this is a 15-minute scan. So typically the scans that are at the top of the scans, those are your fresher scans, right? So they haven't actually executed yet. So this is one that's about to execute here because you can see that it is starting to move a little bit off of that D area, right? So let me go back to this one that was up. So I hit the scan right here, go to Euro GBP, right? So we can see that this is just waiting on a potential sale. So when you look at this, the interest at the entry up above is our stop loss that lets you know, hey, this particular trade, if it actually goes up and touch that red line, then it would stop you out of the trade, and that would mitigate your risk. So you put your stop loss in place. So if I got in a trade right now and it went up here, I'm in jeopardy of losing 7 pips. So if I have the right risk management, it could be 70 cents, it could be $7, it could be $70, just depending on what's in my account that I can lose. But one of the parts of the strategy is that, hey, a lot of time these scans don't necessarily touch this entry line. So another way to actually have a higher percentage entry into the market where you can almost, I would say a good 80 to 90% of the time catch some pips is we would use a tool called Fibonacci, right? So we would actually come here to the pitchfork, come down to the Fibonacci retracement tool, and actually you're always drawing from the C, the bottom of the candle at C, and you're drawing it all the way up, dragging it over to the top of the candle at D, right? And so now it's giving you certain levels. So I got to do a little housekeeping here, right? So it's giving you certain levels, change some coordinates, change some style. That's not it. That's not it. So let's see. So at any rate, you can see this 236 and 382 area right here. So if you see this area right here, this area right in here. So I'm looking to get in this trade right at the 236 number, 89329, as what we call a sell stop. This may be a little bit advanced for brand new people, but I know based on where the entry is, my take profits are below. So that SET lets me know, that acronym lets me know that this is a sell setup. So I'm going to be looking for this trade to actually pick me up. It's moving south. I'm expecting for it to move from here south, and I want to pick me up right here at the bus stop. But when it picks me up at the bus stop, my expectation is that it's going to keep going south. But I'm going to get off the bus here at the 382 number, right here at this take profit area. So I'm looking in this trade to actually get in the trade here and catch 11 pips. So I catch my 10 pips, I'm good, because now that's my trading plan. My goal is to just catch 10 pips. So I can sit here and wait at the bus stop as the trade moves down, take me out the trade right here, and I can set my entry, I can set my exit, and go do life, right? And so, India, anything else you want to add to that at all?
Absolutely. I remember somebody was asking specifically what were the set of rules, if we had a copy of that training to repost, because you specifically, in addition to those rules, you want to make sure there's no news out, as well as there's no news out, as well as, let me look here. Of course, obviously the screen is refreshed, but always make sure the scanner is refreshed for the freshest scans. No news is out, and then you can go ahead and set it up for the entry points, and also move down your stop loss if you're a more seasoned trader and you want to continue in the trade, move up your stop loss once it hits the TP1.
Yeah.
Question for you, India. What time frame do you usually trade from? The 1 hour?
I look at the 15, I look at the 4 hour. It really just depends on what's going on, but I'll look for whatever is the most recent first. I usually tend to see, depending on what's on the 4 hour, it tends to move slower unless there's news coming out.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I kind of put you graciously kind of typed up some rules there. So that we have pinned in our Forex Mastermind group. So I put that up there as well on the screen. Can you see that, India?
Let me see.
Michael, is it possible to post that training again, or have us do that training a separate night? Because I think the people probably is an hour and a half already. So I think we could probably dedicate another Monday night to go over that strategy, because it really works.
Yep, we can definitely do that. Definitely make that happen. And so I'll repost that in the group, and then we'll set aside a day for that, because we've had so many new people come on board since we had that training. Okay. So I just want to touch base on it a little bit. So India, I know you got the kids, so thank you so much for chiming in.
Thank you. Thank you all for having me.
Yeah, and I'll repost that in the group as well. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough for today. I do want to take the time to address if there's any questions, any specific questions that anyone have that we can address with the leaders on the line here, and we can definitely get that done. So any questions at all, you can unmute yourself. If not, we can have a sidebar. Dion and Jamie.
Can you talk a little bit about our upcoming IM convention?
Okay. How are you guys doing there out in Trinidad, South Florida?
We are super awesome and excited here.
I know you all just had a great event, big event there, lift off there in Trinidad. How was that event?
Absolutely amazing, epic, just totally excited, Mr. Stotts.
You look like I had at least 20,000 people in that room.
Listen, the room that they really wanted, they couldn't get it. So the one that they got could only hold 800, I believe. What was it? 800. But they had already pre-sold 1,200 tickets. Ooh. So people were actually coming in, and prior to them going in, the people at the desk was letting them know there's no chairs. They would have to stand. And that was not stopping people from going in. People were still purchasing tickets. They were still going, and they stood there, watched the event. There was a young lady there, came outside, just very excited. She got started that same night, and they had the 30,000 giveaway. People were in the machine grabbing cash. It was just absolutely amazing. And Mr. Imanitier, just, I mean, it's like we went to some kind of ministry school combined with financial literacy.
Okay.
Just absolutely amazing.
Wow. Fantastic. Well, guys, I'm so proud of you all out there. Keep on rocking in Trinidad, and a lot of growth is taking place there. So looking for continued big things out of Trinidad with you guys' leadership.
Thank you so much, Mr. Stotts. You're Marlene.
Fantastic. Guys, I'd be remiss not to talk about the I Am convention, guys. The I Am convention is coming up the weekend of September 13th, I believe. That's going to be, I hope you guys have gotten your tickets, because you don't want to miss that event. I know Michelle Lee, she's at work. She actually made the last event, and she was part of Stephanie. Stephanie Jean is on the line. She actually made it out to the event in Houston. And Stephanie, I know the impact that had on you. We had a meeting after the meeting at the event, but this event in September, iMarkets Live is going to have a totally different look, in a good way, right? There's a lot of great things that's on the horizon that can't be discussed right now, but we got everything is lined up for that event. So guys, if I was you, I'd make sure I get my tickets early, because that particular event is going to sell out. We're going to have probably easily 8,000 to 10,000 people at that event. 8,000 to 10,000. That'd be the largest event ever in iMarkets Live that we've had. And so you don't want to wait till the last minute and get your tickets. Get to that event, but more importantly, bring someone with you. When you get around that environment, you got people coming from all around the world, and they're going to do some big things I believe, for traders, right? Because see, a lot of people that are in iMarkets Live, a number of people, they are 6- and 7-figure traders, and we don't even know them. We got so many million people that are millionaires in iMarkets Live that are traders that we've never met. We don't even know who they are. But we know of the chairman leaders, but traders. So there's going to be so many different traders that are going to be at that event. So if you really want to hear the stories and see, what iMarkets Live is all about, look under the hood, definitely get your tickets, be at the event, but more importantly, bring some with you. We're going to do some great things for this particular organization. Marlene and I going to be looking to plan it with the other leaders in Dallas, Texas. So now as we come together, we can do some things specifically for this team, and we'll keep you posted on that as well. Okay, Marlene, anything else you want to add to that?
No, dinner is ready.
Oh shoot, we got to go. We got to go. All right.
We're on our way,
I'm
Marlene.
coming from my plate. I'm coming from my plate.
Oh, geez, Marlene should let that out the bag, right?
I'm coming to dinner if you got some red pea soup.
Oh
No, tonight is 2 chicken and sauteed cabbage and corn.
Oh.
Sounds yummy.
All right.
Oh Lord, that Earl lived too close. You should let him know.
That's right. I can smell it from here. I'm good to go. I'm right there.
I just
I'll
want
be
to
over
say that
next
I
week.
love the team. This month is a great month for the team. We have tons of people who have already hit $1,000 in their trading account. We have at least 40 brand new enrollments. So guys, make sure you conserve and preserve your harvest. We have a record breaking. We have 5 platinum 150 already. We have 2 platinum 600 already. And this is just halfway through the month.
Yes.
We're gonna 10x our goal this month, guys. Don't take your business lightly. Don't take your trading account lightly. Give honor and glory to God for what He's doing in your business, and let's get rich together.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Big up to Pastor Denelvi, who's rocking and rolling. He's breaking new ranks all over the world, all over the place. Had to create a brand new P600, about to create another P600, breaking a number of platinum 150s as well. So congratulations. Also running his ministry, also running his construction business. So this man wears so many different hats. So kudos to him, and absolutely killing it on the trading. I don't know where he gets the time from, but
and
he
being a father and husband.
Yep, but father and husband as well. All right. So all of those things above, but just kudos to you, man, for wearing so many hats, but also being service to so many other people in your organization and around the world. So congratulations to you and your team. All right. So everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic. So we hey, put this on your calendar, everyone. No, July 18th, Pastor Denelvi. Because July 18th, right? July 18th.
Correct.
Yes.
July 18th.
Yes, that is correct.
We will be in New York with Pastor Denelvi and Trish and Dave doing a major event there on the 18th of July. So flyer will be coming, got the flyer done. So it's going to be coming. So you got people in New York, start to build in New York. And we're the leaders, Pastor Denelvi, Trish and Dave, and Ivana. We're coming together and we're helping to build that market with Pastor Victor and some of the other leaders in that market as well. So New York is on fire, and we go in there to continue to fan the fire. All right.
Okay, Michael, are we gonna get the flyer for Jamaica also?
The flyer, once they create the flyer, we'll send that out. I'm waiting on Luke and Gary to solidify that and get a flyer to us.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, guys. Love each and every one of you. Let's go out. Let's keep winning. We'll see you all on the 3 a.m. session with Dr. Kathy. As Marlene said, let's get this money and let's help other people get this money. All right.
God bless. Great job, Michael.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you.